Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia. I'm the Deputy Communications Director. Members of the media, thanks so much for joining us. If you could mute your computers, please, to mitigate echoes, that'd be really helpful. So we'll get right into it this morning. Commissioner, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Alicia. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Steve Grove here, Commissioner of the Department of Employment and Economic Development. Happy Monday. Happy first day of session. And in a beginning to this session, we wanted to harken back to a program that we passed this last session, the Main Street Revitalization program, which we're very excited to be announcing today. We are launching round 2 of this really critical grant program for Minnesota's Main Street. So I'll walk through a little bit of the details of this program and what it is, why it exists, and point to some more information to come. And we're happy to answer questions here as well. So this Main Street Economic Revitalization Program came out of the 2021 legislative session after months of negotiation with the legislature, the governor, DEED, and others. And really, it's focused on helping some of our most challenged main streets across the state recover from the events of the last few years. And as we all know, it's been a tumultuous couple of years here in Minnesota, with both the effects of COVID-19 and the civil unrest that followed the murder of George Floyd in 2020. And so in an effort to really ensure that those main streets can recover from those challenges, this grant program was launched. And we know that in many ways, the economy's changed drastically over the last couple of years. One thing is true, though, and that's that vibrant business corridors create huge economic opportunity. They create better public safety, and they strengthen the cultural fiber that makes communities work. So this program is really focused on those corridors, on clusters, on lots of businesses together in the same geography, being vibrant places for consumers to go, safe places for people to shop, and vibrant places for new businesses to begin and succeed across Minnesota. This program was an $80 million program that was passed out of the session to help those corridors rebuild. And it was created to have 2 rounds of applications. So it rewards grants through these 2 rounds to partner organizations who then take the money they're awarded and run competitive programs in their geographies to help businesses themselves take advantage of this money, recover and rebuild and grow. And so just as an update in terms of the first round, which was last October, we announced partners that received a total of $39,850,000 of that $80 million total for round 1 of these grants. And there were a number of partners across Minnesota that received dollars. We gave money to the African Career Education and Resource Organization in Brooklyn Center. We gave money to the DMC, the Destination Medical Center in Rochester. Funding was awarded also to the Duluth Local Initiative Support Corporation, the Heartland Lakes Development Commission, the Minneapolis Foundation, the St. Paul, Minnesota Foundation, the Southwest Initiative Foundation, and the Virginia Community Foundation. A varying degree of dollars awarded each of those organizations, who again now are using that money to help businesses in their communities, in their corridors, rebuild and grow. So these are partners who win these dollars, and then they farm that money out to local businesses. And now we're ready to launch round 2. And what better time to do it than today? We have a second round of grants coming, and applications will be open now for a total of $41 million in remaining funding, again, to those partner organizations that can help small businesses succeed and access these dollars. Again, these dollars go to communities that have the greatest needs that have arisen since March 15th of 2020. So that's kind of the date after which the economic hardship needs to be demonstrated. And they will spur revitalization across our state. So eligible partners, including foundations and organizations working in economic development, community development foundations, nonprofit organizations are eligible for this money and should apply. And then those organizations will launch programs in their communities targeting loans to businesses in their communities, and they can be used to fund demolition, repair, renovation, and construction of eligible projects for this program. It's important to note, as I mentioned before, that it's community partners who apply for these grants, not the businesses themselves. And if you're looking to understand more and a little bit more about sort of how to apply, we are going to hold an informational webinar next week on February 8th, where you can get more details on how this all works. And of course, on our website, there's information here too, and I believe we can drop that into the chat for those who are watching here to understand how this program exactly works. All applications for round 2 of this program will be due on Monday, February 28th at 4 p.m. And that's really it. We're excited for round two of this program. It's really one of the biggest programs that came out of the legislative session last year to help grow Minnesota's economy. And it's focused on those main streets that really are the heart of Minnesota's economy across our state. So we're excited to be launching round two. We know that these grants are going to make a big difference in communities across Minnesota. And I'll say that, given the funding breakdown for round one, we expect about half of these grants in round two to be awarded to greater Minnesota communities. That's because the statute requires us to have no more than a 60-40 split between greater Minnesota and the metro. And in order to meet that obligation, we see ourselves leaning more into the greater Minnesota applications this round, just comparatively to make that ratio work out. Of course, money will go to all parts of the state, we believe, but we would expect sort of a greater percentage of greater Minnesota this time to land at the right ratio for these grants. So excited to move forward. I think with that, I have Brandon Toner with us here as well today, who's the program manager and is navigating this program for us all, who can help answer more detailed questions. But I'll pause there to see if there's questions from the reporters who've joined us this morning. Well, Brandon, if you've listened in here, anything that I've missed that you'd want to highlight for those watching?
Yeah, I'll just anticipate a common question that we get. Hi, everybody, by the way. A common question that we get is a community that may be interested in this funding go, well, we have this one project in our downtown. Let's say it's an old theater and we want to rehab it. Is this appropriate for that program? And the answer to that is, while yes, that particular type of project could be funded from this, what we're really looking for from communities is a broad strategy for the whole corridor that they're focused on, not just single one-off projects from these communities. So if you're in one of these communities and you're thinking about how, if this funding is appropriate, think about how that single project can be linked across the entire corridor, and that funding can be made available to other businesses in that corridor, whether it's, you can think facade improvement grants or any kind of, capital improvement grants or construction grants within that corridor. So we're really looking for corridor/main street strategies, not just one-off projects. So yeah, that's my only comment there.
Great. Well, any other questions from our reporters who've joined us this morning? Great. Well, again, excited to launch round two of this Main Street Economic Revitalization Program. The webinar, again, is next week on February 8th. Keep an eye on mn.gov/deed for more details there. Applications are due at 4 p.m. on Monday, February 28th. $41 million available to help our state rebuild and revitalize after a challenging couple of years. And we here at DEED are excited to work with the partners who apply and get this money moving to help Minnesota. So unless there's any other questions, I think we'll wrap there. Thanks for joining us this morning and have a great week.